Welcome to SPASRO. Hello ladies and gentlemen, today we will see about Moon and Saturn in 7th house. In astrology, the placement of celestial bodies like the Moon and Saturn in specific houses of an individual's birth chart is believed to influence various aspects of their life and personality. The 7th house in astrology is commonly associated with relationships, partnerships, marriage, and open enemies. When the Moon and Saturn are placed in the 7th house, it can indicate certain themes and tendencies in these areas. One Moon in the 7th house *, the Moon represents emotions, nurturing, and receptivity. When placed in the 7th house of partnerships, it can suggest that emotions play a significant role in your relationships. You might be very attuned to the needs and feelings of your partner, seeking a deep emotional connection. However, there could also be a tendency to project your own emotional needs onto your partner, leading to fluctuating moods within relationships. You might seek a partner who provides emotional security and understanding. 2 Saturn in the 7th house * Saturn is associated with discipline, responsibility, structure, and challenges. When placed in the 7th house, it can indicate a serious and mature approach to relationships. You might approach partnerships with a sense of caution and responsibility, which can lead to a desire for committed and lasting relationships. However, this placement can also bring challenges and lessons in relationships. There could be a fear of commitment, or a tendency to attract older or more serious partners. Learning to balance the need for independence with the responsibilities of partnership could be a key theme. Remember that astrology is a belief system, and its interpretations can vary among practitioners. It's important to approach astrology with an open mind and consider its insights as just one perspective among many. If you're interested in exploring these themes further, consulting with a professional astrologer could provide you with a more personalized and nuanced interpretation based on your entire birth chart. Certainly, let's delve a bit deeper into the potential implications of having both the Moon and Saturn in the 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and marriage. 1 Emotional dynamics * with the Moon in the 7th house, your emotions are closely tied to your interactions with others, especially in one-on-one relationships. This placement suggests a deep need for emotional connection and harmony in your partnerships. However, the Moon's natural changeability can lead to emotional fluctuations, which might affect your relationships. You could be sensitive to the moods and feelings of your partner, but it's important to work on maintaining your emotional equilibrium for the sake of healthy relationships. 2 Commitment and responsibility * Saturn in the 7th house signifies a strong sense of commitment and responsibility in your partnerships. You approach relationships with a long-term perspective, seeking stability and security. However, this can also manifest as a fear of being let down or hurt by others. You might be drawn to mature, reliable partners who share your values of commitment. Over time, you're likely to learn valuable life lessons through your relationships, particularly about balance, boundaries, and the responsibilities of sharing your life with someone else. 3 Challenges and growth * The combination of the Moon and Saturn in this house can bring both challenges and opportunities for growth. On one hand, the emotional sensitivity of the Moon and the seriousness of Saturn might create inner conflicts in how you relate to others. You could struggle with finding a balance between your emotional needs and your sense of duty or responsibility. This tension, while challenging, can lead to personal development as you navigate and integrate these different aspects of yourself. 4 Relationship patterns * Your relationship patterns may reflect a desire for both emotional intimacy and stability. There's a potential for attracting partners who have a significant impact on your emotional life, and these partnerships could teach you important lessons about vulnerability, trust, and mutual support. Saturn's presence could indicate that you might encounter obstacles or delays in your relationships, but these challenges can ultimately lead to stronger, more mature partnerships. 5 Personal growth and self-awareness * The presence of these planets in the 7th house indicates an emphasis on how you relate to others, which can be a powerful avenue for personal growth and self-awareness. You're likely to learn about your own emotional needs, boundaries, and the ways you engage in partnerships. Developing self-awareness around these themes can help you make conscious choices in relationships and avoid repeating patterns that no longer serve you. Remember, astrology is a complex and multifaceted system, and interpretations can vary based on other factors in your birth chart. While these insights can provide a general overview, a detailed analysis from a professional astrologer, taking your entire birth chart into account, can provide you with a more accurate and personalized understanding of how the Moon and Saturn in the 7th house might influence your life. Of course, here's some further exploration of the Moon and Saturn in the 7th house in astrology. 6. Emotional dependency and autonomy. With the Moon in the 7th house, there can be a tendency to seek emotional fulfillment through relationships. You might feel more whole when you're in a partnership, and you could be quite attuned to your partner's emotional needs. However, it's important to maintain a sense of personal autonomy and not solely rely on others for your emotional well-being. Strive for a healthy balance between your own emotional independence and the emotional connections you share with others. 7. Relationship transformations. Saturn's presence in the 7th house suggests that your relationships may undergo transformations and growth over time. You might encounter challenges and tests in your partnerships, which can feel burdensome at times. Yet, these challenges serve as opportunities for you to mature emotionally and spiritually. Through facing and overcoming difficulties, you can develop a deeper understanding of what you truly need in a relationship. A cautious approach. Both the Moon and Saturn are prominent symbols of security and protection. With them in the 7th house, you might approach relationships with a certain degree of caution. You may take your time before fully committing to a partnership, as you're concerned about the potential risks involved. While this approach can protect you from hasty decisions, it's essential to ensure that your cautiousness doesn't prevent you from opening up to meaningful connections. 9. Conflict and harmony. The Moon and Saturn represent contrasting energies. The Moon is associated with emotions and nurturing, while Saturn represents discipline and structure. This combination in the 7th house could lead to a dynamic where you seek harmony and emotional closeness in your relationships, but you also recognize the need for structure and clear boundaries. Striking the right balance between emotional expression and responsibility can be a key theme in your partnerships. 10. Karmic connections. Saturn is often linked to karmic lessons, and its placement in the house of partnerships can suggest that your relationships have a deeper purpose beyond the surface level. You might find yourself drawn to people who challenge you to grow and evolve, even if these challenges are initially uncomfortable. These relationships could serve as vehicles for your personal and spiritual development. 11. Communication and expression. The way you communicate and express your feelings in relationships can be influenced by the Moon's placement in the 7th house. You might prioritize open and heartfelt discussions, aiming to create emotional connections with your partners. However, the presence of Saturn can sometimes introduce a sense of seriousness or reserve in your communication style. Finding ways to balance emotional expression with practicality can enhance your relationships. 12. Balancing individuality and partnership. Striking a balance between your individual needs and the needs of a partnership might be a recurring theme for you. The Moon represents your personal emotions and desires, while Saturn signifies the responsibilities and commitments of relationships. Integrating these energies can lead to healthier relationships where both you and your partner feel understood and respected. Remember that astrology is a form of symbolic interpretation, and its meanings are not absolute. How these planetary placements manifest in your life can be influenced by various factors, including the overall configuration of your birth chart and your personal experiences. For a more precise and tailored analysis, consulting with a professional astrologer can provide deeper insights into how the Moon and Saturn in the 7th house uniquely influence your life's journey.